Welcome to Pretty Lies and Alibis. Let's seek the truth and travel the long road to justice together. What you know, Alibis. Welcome to another episode of Pretty Lies and Alibis. I'm Gigi. It's Wednesday night. Good to have you here. I'm going to do a very brief rundown of the Adam Montgomery case. He's accused of murdering his daughter, Harmony Montgomery, and this poor girl was not reported missing for a couple of years. And it's just a very sad case of a lot of things that went really wrong. You know, we hear a lot these days about kids falling through the cracks when it comes to child protective services, and I don't fault the workers. These programs are so underfunded when they should have all the money thrown at them. We're dealing with our kids that are in the most vulnerable of situations. Unfortunately, Harmony slipped through the cracks. Her mom finally went to police and said, "I haven't seen my daughter." Just today, I thought we had openings, but once the jury was seated, what they did was give them a little bit of rundown of some of the facts of the case so that the jury could go on a jury view before openings begin tomorrow. Adam waived his right to be present today, and apparently the judge is going to allow him to waive his right if he wants to every day of this trial. I don't think that should happen. I'm not the judge, but he should sit his booty in that chair and have to look at that jury and have them look at him. We'll see what happens. In another move today, Adam pled guilty to 2 charges he was facing. Those charges were abuse of a corpse and falsifying evidence. The murder trial will still continue. He has other charges. So let's go through those. And I just want to say really quick before we go any further, this is a huge trigger warning. This is a very disturbing case. I don't know how specific I'll get with testimony in this trial, but the details in itself are absolutely horrible, terrible what this poor girl went through, but her story deserves to be told. At this point, her body has not been found. I'm hoping with his pleading guilty today to abuse of a corpse, he might have some incentive to lead investigators to her body. She deserves a proper burial. My theory of why he pled guilty today to those 2 charges is I wonder if he's going to go one of 2 ways and say it was an accident, he freaked out, or is he going to flip on his ex, Kayla Montgomery, who has cooperated with investigators, and say she did it. The murder happened in New Hampshire. What charges is he facing still after pleading guilty today to those 2? Second-degree assault that stems from him striking Harmony in the face in July of 2019, causing a black eye. Second-degree murder for repeatedly striking Harmony in the face and head with a closed fist, resulting in her death. That happened December 7th, 2019. The last charge he has now is tampering with witnesses and informants. He encouraged Kayla to testify falsely. So let's go through a breakdown of the case. Harmony was in the legal custody of her donor, Adam Montgomery. At that time, Adam was with Kayla Montgomery. They had 3 children of their own. Harmony's mother, Crystal, lived in Massachusetts at the time. Harmony's mom lost custody of her in July of 2018 due to addiction issues, which Adam also had. Harmony's mother, Crystal, called police on November 18th of 2021, saying that she had been trying to find Harmony for months. The last time she saw her was on a FaceTime call around Easter in 2019. Adam was seen in the background of this call by Crystal. She said she thought Harmony looked scared. After Crystal regained sobriety, she tried to contact Adam and Harmony. Adam and his then partner, Kayla, had blocked Crystal from communicating through social media and through phones. And over the next couple of years, Crystal would drive by addresses that Adam was known to be at. She also drove by schools, seeing if she could find a glimpse of her daughter, Harmony, but she was never successful. Child Protective Services contacted the Manchester School District on September 10th, 2019. They learned Harmony was not enrolled in school. Investigators reviewed the Children's Services document. They learned that Child Protective Services last saw Harmony in person on October 1st, 2019, at a home visit with her dad, Adam. But that was the last time that Harmony was seen by Children's Services. Back to December of 2021, Children's Services had addresses associated with Adam. Ultimately, they were not able to find Adam or Harmony. After that, On December 27th, 2021, the investigation was officially launched to look for Harmony. Investigators learned Harmony was last seen between October and November of 2019. They contacted some family members of Adam's who live in Florida. These family members told investigators that Adam admitted in the past to giving Harmony a black eye. That was in July of 2019, part of the charges he's facing now. Meanwhile, investigators are still trying to locate Adam. On December 28th of 2019, investigators located Adam's partner, Kayla, who was with him at the time Harmony was living with him and also when she went missing. Adam and Kayla have 3 children of their own. All 3 of those kids were accounted for. Investigators asked Kayla the last time she had seen Harmony, and she said it was sometime in November or December of 2019, prior to her going to work one day. She said Adam told her he was driving Harmony back to her mother, who was living in Massachusetts. She said she never saw or heard anything else about Harmony after that day. She said she had also not seen Adam since November of 2021. The last thing she knew was that Adam was living in a sober house and maybe had moved to Maine with another woman. On New Year's Eve of 2021, patrol officers made contact with Adam and his new girlfriend, whose name is Kelsey Small. She has since passed away. It's not foul play. They were found sleeping in a vehicle in Manchester, New Hampshire. Kelsey told investigators she had been with Adam for over a year, and she knew he had 3 kids with one woman, and she knew he had another child with another woman. But she said Adam wasn't in contact with any of his children at that point, and he never talked about Harmony, and she had no information on her whereabouts. Adam showed no emotion as cops obviously expressed their concern for Harmony. On New Year's Eve 2021, Kayla had an interview with investigators again, and she was voluntarily participating in that. She said 2 days after Thanksgiving, Adam took Harmony to her mom. Kayla said she was working at a Dunkin' Donuts when he picked her up at the end of her shift. She said Harmony wasn't there. She just assumed that he left Harmony with her mom, Crystal. Crystal at that time was living with a man. He said Harmony had not been with her mom at all. And in fact, he had never met Harmony in person. The same day, New Year's Eve 2021, a judge gave custody of Harmony to Child Protective Services. In doing that, that would require Adam to cooperate in finding Harmony. Adam refused to give any information. In fact, he said, either arrest me or I'm leaving. So a few days later, January 4th, 2022, he was arrested. He was charged with that second-degree assault for striking Harmony back in July of 2019, and also with interference with custody, as well as 2 charges of endangering the welfare of a child. Investigators later learned that Kayla lied about working at Dunkin' Donuts. They went to the different Dunkin' Donuts in the area. None of them had ever heard of Kayla. Kayla was arrested on June 3rd, 2022. She was charged with perjury after lying during her grand jury testimony. On the day of her arrest, she finally admitted what happened to Harmony. She got 18 months on that perjury charge. She will be testifying against Adam at his trial. Here is what she said happened to Harmony. Again, a trigger warning. I've got some graphics here on YouTube just to show you some of the places that the jury went to today on that jury view. She said that they were evicted from their home at 77 Guilford Street. They lived there with Harmony and their 3 kids. That property was actually searched on January 2nd of 2022. I believe they put ground warmers down because the ground was cold. They had to thaw it out. Ultimately, nothing came of that. But after the eviction, they were living in their car. The car was a 2010 Chrysler Sebring. They were staying at the Colonial Village Apartments. A friend of theirs lived there. He allowed them to stay in the parking lot. Harmony would be killed in this car. The friend's name is Anthony Badero. She said that Anthony brought them Thanksgiving leftovers when they were living there in the parking lot. She said that he saw Harmony at the time and waved to her. Anthony said that he did not see Harmony in the car. He only saw the 2 younger boys of Adam and Kayla. By the way, those 2 boys' ages at that time were 2.5 years and 10 months. Anthony said he didn't ask where Harmony was. The last time he saw Harmony was in August and maybe September of 2019. Going back to Kayla's proffer, on December 7th, the day that Harmony was murdered, Kayla said Adam visited the methadone clinic to get medication. When he got back in the car, he realized that Harmony had an accident in the car. Kayla said in the time they were living in the car, Adam was really frustrated that Harmony wouldn't say she had to go to the restroom and therefore was having accidents in the car. When this would happen, Kayla said that Adam would strike Harmony with a closed fist in the head. On the day Harmony was killed, he did the same thing once he realized she had an accident. He struck her several times with a closed fist in the head over the course of minutes. Kayla said that he would turn his body and strike her while he was driving. From the methadone clinic, they went to a Burger King that's about 3.1 miles away from the methadone clinic, approximately an 11-minute drive depending on traffic. They went to Burger King. Adam ordered food. After the final blow to Harmony, Adam told Kayla that he felt or heard something when he hit her. And he said, I think I really hurt her this time, or I think I did something. After they left the Burger King, they returned back to Colonial Village. Adam ate his food. Kayla said that Harmony was moaning. She said Adam also did drugs in the car as Harmony lay dying. Kayla said the moaning lasted for around 5 minutes before she went silent. They stayed there for around 20 minutes and they never checked on Harmony. In her first proffer, Kayla said she doesn't know what they did during those 20 minutes, but in her second proffer, she said Adam had her get heroin and fentanyl from their friend Anthony, who lived in the apartments, and they both used before leaving the parking lot. After they left the parking lot, just a short distance up the road, at the intersection of Elm Street and Webster Street, the car breaks down. Adam goes into the back seat. They realize Harmony is dead. So he proceeds to go into the trunk. He empties out a duffel bag that had clothes in it and proceeded to put Harmony's body in there. She said that they walked back to the apartments with that duffel bag with Harmony's remains. Once they arrived back at the apartments, Kayla said their friend Anthony gave them a ride to the gas station where the car was before it got towed so they could get their belongings out. Anthony says he doesn't remember doing this. She said Anthony allowed them to stay in his car for about 2 to 3 days in the parking lot over the weekend. The duffel bag with Harmony's body was inside the trunk during this time. She said that Adam would get out periodically and put that duffel bag in the snow to slow decomposition. A lot of stuff's going to come out over the course of the trial. I'm not going to get too thick in the weeds tonight. Openings are tomorrow, and they're probably going to sum it up in openings. But over the course of several months, they move from place to place. They live with Kayla's mom some. They end up at a homeless shelter, and all the while, they are taking Harmony with them in that duffel bag. Well, one thing, too, very haunting, and I'm sure we're going to hear from some eyewitnesses about this. Adam worked at a pizza place during the time they were carrying her body around. At one point, he called Kayla, told her to bring the bag to the pizza place. It was put in the cooler there. Witnesses saw that duffel bag in the corner. Totally horrific. And what kills me, anytime it's a kid, it's just there's an extra layer of heaviness with a murder. Every picture of this sweet little kid, she's got the biggest smile. Like, she just literally looks so happy in all of her pictures. She looks precious. And to think what she endured living with this monster, being transient, probably dealing with her dad being high all the time. Kayla was an addict. You have other kids in the house. Just a recipe for disaster. Ultimately, Adam had a U-Haul rented for him and went and disposed of Harmony's body, which has not been found. Hopefully, with these charges today that he pled guilty to, maybe he will tell where she is so that she can have a proper burial, since he has admitted to abuse of a corpse, and that dealt with what he did to her body. Adam was found guilty, by the way, on unrelated gun charges while he was in custody for this. What did he say after he was found guilty and sentenced to 30 years in prison while awaiting trial for Harmony's murder? He said, "I did not kill my daughter Harmony. I look forward to my upcoming trial to refute those offensive claims." Then show up, Adam, and tell us what really happened. Good luck. That's it, y'all. I will be updating every day a recap of the day's testimony. Tomorrow with a recap of openings and the first day of testimony in this case. That's it. Hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you soon.